Hello and welcome to the Digital Dan competition. Wow, this has been an absolute journey to be able to work on this competition. We have spent over 120 hours on this coaster and doing the build every single day, which I think is about 35 days. I have not stopped, I've not missed a day of building this whole area, because I'm generally so proud of it. And yeah, I hope you guys are too. So welcome to this video. Now I will apologise about it is 2 hours long, which is absolutely insane, and obviously I've missed quite a lot of the time lapse of this video, so that's just, yeah, it's quite bad. So I've missed quite a lot of the hours. So when I did this time lapse, it was actually 70 hours long. When I counted it all up, it's about 120, because I basically did how much time I did before the competition on my Planet Coaster game, like home screen, and then I've worked it out and I've done 120 hours, which is absolutely insane. But yeah, here we go, here on the game. And just to pre-warn you, this coaster I'm building right here is not the actual coaster that I'll be doing, because this coaster was actually the first ever ride I built in there, as like a trying to figure out what I should do, and in the end that coaster was not approved and we went for something completely different. And yeah, it has been one heck of a journey. So yeah, obviously I will pre-warn you that the whole video won't be just me yapping, because who wants to hear me yap? It's quite boring. So, and obviously you won't watch the full 2 hours time lapse, so just pre-warning you about that. But yeah, and obviously you can see the layout here looks really bad, because that was the first ever coaster design I wanted to build. And yeah, so once I'm not talking, you will the time lapse will speed up after I've stopped talking in a minute. But yeah, here we are on the game. As you can see, I'm having some trouble with trying to find a different thing, because at this moment the swing launch wouldn't work, and that was quite confusing, and overall, yeah, just not really good. With the coaster in general, this first ever concept of this ride, it was the first idea I got when he announced it, was an abandoned train station area. Now I love like abandoned stuff, and I love, oh look, we got some maximum airtime there, that was funny. I love like abandoned stuff basically, and I wanted to bring it into this game, and I love like sort of old like steampunk themed, but yeah, so if you combine those two together, what do you get? You can get an abandoned train steampunks type of thing. So I thought, yeah, let's just do that. But in the end I just went with a normal like steampunk theme, and overall it was a great decision, because I absolutely love how it came out. And you must have seen the videos in the intro at the start, which was absolutely insane. And yeah, overall I'm really happy with this project, and I've like literally isolated myself from my parents, because I've put so much effort into it. And if I don't win, well, that's Digital Dan's decision. All I'm going to say is, yeah, I've put 120 hours into making this game, and I am extremely happy with it. So yeah, obviously we're making the coaster here. We will go into a quick time lapse, because I know you don't want to hear me yapping, but yeah, as you can see, the swing launch wasn't really working that well, so we just kept testing that, and obviously, yeah. But here are some details about the rides before we go into a quicker time lapse. So the first ever ride, which will you probably might know the name if you've downloaded the park, which the code will be released at the end of the video, or you can go and see it now if you want to. But yeah, so I wanted to go for more of a steampunk theme. So obviously at this moment I was going to go for a abandoned train station, and obviously the track wasn't really turning out that good, and I was trying to get it in all different things, and I wanted to make it longer. So yeah, in the end I just decided to just do a normal like steampunk themed, and I think that was the best decision for this area, because obviously I wanted to take inspiration from the Dark Forest theme, but it didn't really turn out right. So I thought, let's just do a steampunk theme, because I know a lot of people in this challenge that have built this thing. As you can see, we're doing removing a lot of stuff. A lot of people in this challenge have just kept the Dark Forest theme, and I thought, well, I don't really want to keep the Dark Forest theme, because I just think it's like that. I think if Alton Towers did like rethemed like Dark Forest or something, I don't think that if they had like a refurbishment, I don't think they would keep it the same. So I thought, maybe let's just have a go at retheme the whole park and just see how that goes. And yeah, so that's what I've done. I've gone for a steampunk theme, and I'm actually in the actual rides. You'll find me in the pre-show, and as you can see, obviously in this clip I was trying to do the station for it, but in the end it looked absolutely rubbish. It looked out of place, it looked terrible. So that was a big downgrade for that. But yeah, overall it was fun. So yeah, I feel like I wasted a lot of time just building this bit, but overall, yeah, it's just really good to see all of this. Yeah, doing a few test runs there, and yeah, but yeah, that's the most details at the moment. In a minute we'll talk about the history of building this coaster, because I did have some original ideas before I built this coaster. But yeah, let's go into another a bigger time lapse, so you don't have to hear me yapping. But yeah, let's go into that time lapse now then. So we are back with the normal time lapse to give you some more details about me building this park. Now there was a bit of I was trying to think of what I should theme this whole area to, and obviously I went with the steampunk theme in the end. But yeah, here is some official, this is what my original plans were going to be for this park. So the first thing I was going to build was going to be themed to J2Os. Now, if you don't know what I don't know if you don't know what I'm chatting about, basically Digital Dan's favourite drink is J2Os, and I thought, what about if I theme the whole area to J2Os, because it's his favourite drink, and I thought it'd be a nice little joke to like sort of do. And in the end I thought, maybe let's just go for more serious and just actually think about like different, and just actually go for something more serious than doing J2Os, because I wanted to like impress him with the amount of detail, because I don't think I could put a lot of detail into J2Os, because I was going to add like a spinning barrels ride and have the like sort of barrels as like a J2O like glass thing with like the sticker around it, and that would be really cool, and we could have some like music all towards it, and yeah, that would be really good. But I thought I'd more go for a more serious actual theme. So yeah, that was my first initial plan. My second plan, which was obviously another plan that I was thinking of, is the idea of the hit TV series called Stranger Things, because I absolutely adore this TV show. Well, it's a series and episodes and seasons, whatever. and I absolutely love it. I've been watching it since season 3, which is 2019. It's absolutely crazy, and I've known a lot of people that have been watching it even from season 1, or even like the like teasers towards season 1. I know people have been watching it for ages, but obviously I've been a huge fan of this TV series, and obviously season 5, it's probably going to be one of the best like seasons. I really enjoyed season 4, but I've really enjoyed season 5, but I thought the ending was a little bit dry, and I think there could have been more to it. But yeah, as you can see here, we'll talk about Stranger Things in a minute, but as you can see here, I was trying to make an underground train to go into this tunnel. So when you go into the drop section, this train will come towards you, and obviously the final product was an actual train, but it wasn't the underground one. It was an actual steam train. I think that was the better idea, and I fully custom make that train, and it was really good to make. Back to Stranger Things, there was going to be sort of the concepts for it. Obviously I was going to use the sort of the 13 station building was going to be the Krill house, and that would be really good. And then the main ride, which is now called the ride that we'll explain in a minute, that is now like it's that, I suppose. And yeah, it was the main ride was going to be like, I think it was supposed to be like you're getting controlled by Vecna basically, and you're like getting controlled by him, and overall just like taking you around everything's, and then obviously some like creatures along the way. And I think that would be a perfect perfect theme, but I thought no, I'll just go for a steampunk thing, because I really enjoyed steampunk. But later, when I looked at the Digital Dan competition entries, I had a look through some of them to see what people have built. I realised that there was actually someone that actually made Stranger Things for the Digital Dan challenge, and it looks really good. But yeah, overall I just thought I'd go with the steampunk thing, because I think it would be better and impress Dan more. So yeah, that's what I've gone for. But yeah, overall this blend is absolutely, it's amazed me. I've created all of this. It's like just like amazing, and obviously 120 hours worth of work. I've had to like do my homework at school like in my own time, because I've had no time to do it at home. So I've had to do it at school because there is literally no time. So yeah, that's just how it is. So yeah, we're going to go into another big time lapse now, and then we'll talk about some other details when we get more into the actual area, because at the moment this is not what the official ride looks like. So yeah, let's go into another big time lapse then. so we're back here on the more slower time lapse, so you can actually see a bit better. As you can see here, we are adding a Frontier Workshop piece, because this piece is actually giving me inspiration for the actual main walls, because this piece of like sort of metal, like wall thing, I sort of took some ideas from it and made it into my own one. Then at this moment where I've stopped for some reason, can we go? No. Okay. Go. Go. There you go. Right. So yeah, we are just adding this in, but obviously when putting this down, it doesn't look the best when you enter into the park, because my main focus is what I want to do is when you enter into that park, you want like a very good view. Obviously it's inspired by Fly and Phantasialand, like really inspired by that. So when you enter into obviously Fly at Phantasialand, you get this amazing view of Fly going around and all of the props and all the walls around you, which I've done in the game. And yeah, just overall, it's just like that's the main focus point I went to get. So yeah, and obviously I'm just testing some few ideas like this one when I've put 2 steel poles in it, and obviously the main entrance, if you might have seen it in the intro, it looks completely different to it now, because at this point I was like, what the hell do I do? Do I keep the sort of train station theme, or do I just like do it? So see, at this moment I am doing the underground station, which is what I'm doing now. And as you can, I was having to think, what should I theme it to? Because obviously I was going to do it to Fly, but obviously Fly is like a coaster type, is not actually in the game. So I was having to think, what should I do? Should I make it a max spinner? Should I make it a flying coaster, like an actual B&M flying coaster? But I thought, no, maybe not, because you could get the feel of flying, like a flying machine, like an airplane or something like that. And there was all different ideas. Like obviously that you might have seen, I was going to put a wing coaster down, because maybe you are on the wings of an airplane basically, and the front train was going to look absolutely beautiful. It was going to be like obviously like an airplane sort of thing, and that would be absolutely incredible to see. But in the end I choose the Intermin coaster, because I thought if Alton Towers actually did something like this, I think they would go for this choice. And as you can see, ignore this bit because this bit was actually not official, but yeah, but you can see here a bit, basically there's a tunnel thing in the actual game, and obviously it pokes up out the ground like that, and I used that idea for that thing. And obviously just in general, with this area, this little turnaround section, I was obsessed with this turnaround section for some reason. I always wanted to do it, but now after doing the actual thing, it wasn't a thing. But yeah, still, and this was going to be like the world's first element. So when you go backwards up that spike, and then you like sort of invert, and then go up another hill back around that inversion. But it just didn't look right. Like I was just trying to get that focus point, but it wasn't really looking right. So I didn't do that, and then obviously, as you can see, it kept rolling back. So I just thought, I'm just going to scrap the idea. And obviously the little bent piece of track at the top, that's completely real. I made that, well, I say I made that. The bit at the top is literally, I think I put the like banking thing or something offset or something like that, to make it look like it was broken. And in the actual game, like the official like completed version, there's like a flashing white light that flashes up there to just like give it a suspense, to look like it's about to come off the tracks when it's not actually. But yeah, overall that was yeah, just really good. And obviously you can see I'm trying to in the end I thought it's just going to look really crowded if I do it in that whole area. So in the end I just decided I'm going to go off like the actual area a little bit, because I just didn't have enough space for what I was trying to do. But yeah, so yeah, that's what I was trying to do, and in the end, so yeah. But yeah, obviously I'm just building coasters and yapping at the same time, so we might as well go into another time lapse, because I don't want to make this video long. If it is 2 hours, then I'm so sorry, but if it's not 2 hours, then lucky for you, because I've had to edit this whole thing in literally about a day. So it's a lot of editing and a lot of voiceovers. So yeah, enjoy the a little bit of the time lapse, and we'll see you in a bit. So we're back here on another time. That was a short time lapse, but yeah, as you can see, I forgot, and I'm really sad to say that I really forgot to time lapse it, because I had a little break for a bit and I thought, oh, I'll just undo the time lapse. So, but then I realised I built the whole station thing and it wasn't time lapse, and I was so annoyed. It was just like, God, it was a massive mistake. But yeah, overall, there's this station. Let me do some POVs just to see what IDs I can get, and obviously, like, yeah, just that in general. So yeah, I was really annoyed that I didn't film that bit. But yeah, overall, you can see it, and you saw it in the first. Oh, we just stopped again. I keep bloody stopping. Come on. Anytime today, all the time page. Oh, mouse is switching. Oh, there we go. Oh, back to the thing now. So as you can see, I actually didn't know this. There was a fact that I found the other day, and I've just come off the game. We're doing the shop now, but I didn't know there's a fact the other day about 13. I'm just yapping again, but still, it's a really interesting fact. In the queue line of 13, there's actually a ladder inside of 13, and obviously 13's about bad luck, and obviously the superstition saying that, obviously, like the bad luck thing, we call it superstitions, is if you walk under a ladder you get bad luck. So in actual 13 queue line, you're walking under a ladder, and I actually never knew that. And yeah, it's just really just like the attention to detail with Alton Towers 2, and like the storyline for it. So yeah, and obviously I noticed, I don't know if it's official, but I think there's something to do with if you get struck by lightning or something. So it's something to do with bad luck and lightning. You get struck by lightning. Something to do with bad luck if you'll get struck by lightning. Obviously the Tesla coil in the 13 queue line acts as like the lightning type of thing. I don't know if that's actually true, but I just thought of it, and I thought, yeah, I think I don't know if that's correct or something, but yeah, overall I just thought like that could be actually another fact. But I was really like like amazed by the ladder thing. But yeah, overall that's just really good. And yeah, so obviously we're digging down now because and we've stopped again. It's getting up. Oh, there we go. Spoke too soon. Oh no, we've just stopped again. Oh, there we go. See, just yeah, and then we can see me buying some stuff. So I bought them because my initial plan was to do the max spinner coaster, but that didn't really work out that good. So overall I just you know, just didn't do it because I thought maybe we could make the sort of train like silver, like Ride to Happiness, or like yeah, just like Ride to Happiness, make it look like a machine type of thing, and this is like his new machine and stuff like that, like the inventor. And yeah, so I thought, yeah, maybe let's do that. But in the end I just thought, well, that idea's mostly been taken by like obviously Ride to Happiness, and obviously you've got Time Traveller, Silver Dollar Silly, or no, I think it's Silver Six, I don't know, I think it's Silver, I'm not sure if it's Dollywood or a Six Flags, but I'm not sure. I think it might be Dollywood, never know. But yeah, obviously that idea's been taken, so I thought maybe let's just not do that and think of our own ideas. So in the end I just went for the Intamin, like the Ellison Raid coaster. So yeah, that's what I did. And obviously I was going to crash through this thing, and my initial idea was to make a billboard that said your journey, your train journey to paradise, but obviously I wanted to make it like it's been destroyed, like abandoned, with my initial train design, and cross out the paradise and put hell, like the Swarm at Thorpe Park, like the billboards. That's what I was inspired by. So it's like the sort of like the train ride to obviously like the hell type of thing. So yeah, but in the end that I didn't do that because I thought obviously it's been taken and I didn't want it to be abandoned. I wanted to make it feel magical and like just like in general just make it look really nice. So yeah, obviously in the obviously it's got the switch track type of thing. Basically it just basically turns about 45 degrees back into like a straight one and does its like launches. And yeah, obviously yeah, as you can see here I'm doing the clearance. This is how much detail I've gone into making this. I'm adding clearance to the rides, and obviously if you know any of my other Planet Coaster construction series, we're doing Gold Rush Outlaw Escape. If you might have seen that, I'd recommend going watching one of the episodes because I've like not been doing a lot on it lately. There's a lot that's happened to it since the first episode. Like I built the whole mountain, I've built some like the whole train, I've done like the indoor sections for the rides and outdoors and all the effects, but obviously in the first episode we just literally built the track, so that wasn't really the best. But yeah, overall hopefully if I get time I can do another episode of that because yeah, I've still got the videos of me building it, but yeah, oh, we stopped again. Well, what's in with me? Oh, I spoke too soon. It's getting on my nerves. But yeah, overall, we're doing like the little indoor section bit now, and I was trying to figure out what should I do. Should I do like I don't know, a big like indoor scene or something like that? And that's what I did in the end. I added pipes all over the wall, which you'll see soon, and I did some like flashing effects and all stuff like that. And overall it was just a really good scene, and obviously I wanted to add like a really good moment to the ride, and I thought, what can I do to this section of the ride? And I thought, what about if we add sort of like a crash? And obviously we're doing the train design here, sorry to interrupt, but yeah, that's the train design there. But I thought, what should we do to make it like that indoor section like really amaze people? So what I've done, you'll see it in a bit, I'll try and find it, but yeah, so you'll see it in a bit. But basically there's a wall behind, we're doing the little detail bits, but I didn't do that in the end. There's like a wall behind you, so when you're going into that 45-degree turn, there's a wall behind you that actually comes down, and it actually reveals like a cracked wall, because obviously it's trying to make you feel like you're actually crashing through the wall when you're not actually. It just slowly goes down, and obviously when you're on the ride you won't actually see it, because obviously you're facing the other way. And when you're turning into that thing, it starts to go down. It starts to go down, and there's obviously like another like room behind it, and obviously you crash back, which with the onboard audio, must say, there will be onboard audio on this coaster. If you go to see, if you go into my game, if your game's not laggy with my game, because my game is so laggy, and even when doing the the sort of off-ride footage of the coaster that you see in the intro, I've had to speed up because it's so slow and so laggy. So if it looks fast, just remember that it is actually sped up because it was so laggy. I've had to speed it up because it was so slow, and it was really getting on my nerves. But and obviously, if your game's not laggy, and if you want the onboard audio, you can message me on Discord if you'd like me to. I'm on a couple of episodes, obviously not Digital Dance server because I got kicked out of that. If you want to see what happened, there's a video on my channel about what happened with that, because it was a really sad story. A little update on that, obviously it's not related to this, and look at that. This is how much I don't film things. We've just done all of that and I didn't film it. This is how agitated I get with it. But we need to pause that. Right, let's just have a look. That's what I've built in like, don't know, an hour, and I didn't time lapse that. This is how agitated I'm getting with this thing because I didn't time lapse it. It's really annoying. But obviously back to the Digital Dance situation. Little update on it. I've had obviously all your comments, guys, is really supported. I really do appreciate it, and all the support that you've been giving me. It's absolutely amazing, and I thought people wouldn't care, just like, oh, we'll get on with it basically, but you actually do really care. And yeah, it's actually just like melts my heart because I've like, it's really nice to see that some people care, because I was mentioning this at school and people don't really care. But yeah, and obviously I could read some of the messages for you all, but obviously let's just go back to the game. As you can see, we're doing the sort of fly sort of walls, and that's for, so here's like some of the I'm obviously yapping about this, but here's some of the things. Here's one from David's Theme Park Adventures. Huge shout out for you for all the support. It's generally appreciated. He said, sorry to hear that. Things do tend to escalate quickly online. Normally cowards who hide behind keyboards, who are jealous of other people's passion and / achievements. Hope you had a great Christmas and hope you see you at OTT, which I will be at OTT this year. Obviously, if you don't know, Danny from OTT has left OTT, but obviously he will be appearing at some times, but obviously Jake will be owner of it now. But yeah, looking back on this, obviously I will come back to that in a minute, but as you can see, all the wall, I'm getting rid of this metal design because I don't really like it. I've only used the metal design on one wall where the gift shop is, and yeah, and obviously we put a whole blimp in there. It's just like really amazing to see that I'm doing all this effort. And obviously putting those letters on now, that looks really nice. But yeah, and obviously about OTT, Jade doesn't know when the event's going to be, which is really heartbreaking to see. But yeah, hopefully you can get it sorted soon, because I really enjoyed the event. I went to an attraction source event. I'm not like, guys, I'm not taking offence to attraction source. I did love your event, but I preferred OTT to attraction source event because I went to their stealth event. And I just preferred attraction. I just preferred OTT to attraction source. So well done, OTT. Your event was amazing, and it was my first ever one. So I thought maybe I should do some more events. And then in the end, I thought, no, I think OTT's better. But yeah, overall. But yeah, back to the game now. Obviously, I will read some more messages. Actually, no, I'll read some now. There's one more that I really like. It's heartbreaking. But yeah, obviously. This one's from, let's have a look. So we've got ones from UK theme parks, UK theme parks, massive fan of you. I watch quite a lot of your videos, especially the updates around, like obviously like Chessington and Thorpe Park. It's generally, you do really good updates, but you said no one should ever have to go through anything following their hobby. People should be able to run a channel how they want. The content is what people should stop for. Stay strong, it's 2026 and a new year. Massive big up to you. W in the chats, but obviously there's no W, there's no chat. W in the comments for UK theme parks, because thank you so much for this, and obviously all the continuous support from other people such as Noe's Coasters. We've got obviously Digital Harvey, we've got Alton Towers has yummy food, which I agree, but obviously Aramark, looking at you Aramark, but yeah, and all other people like Heats Games, Kitty, Roller Coasters Riley, William Perry, okay, and obviously good friend Voltatic POV, and yeah, so anyway, back to this now. It is obviously I've just read loads of your comments, but yeah, we're on ride sims now. Okay, we just moved on that for now, but yeah, here we are in the queue line for this coaster. Obviously we've just did the walls. My idea focal point was, obviously the track in the queue line was going to be what I wanted to do, but I wanted to make it so the train is hovering over, like upside down the track. But obviously you can't just, well, you can build a whole train, but I thought that would take a lot of time to build a whole coaster train, and I was having a look at some blueprints to see if there's anything else there, but I couldn't find anything. So in the end I just had to leave it as a static piece of track, and overall it looked really nice in the end. And we added some boxes, and obviously I was trying to make some animatronics, but it didn't really look the best because they're literally working on metal. But yeah, overall, let's go into another time lapse and see what else we can do. So, as you can see in this video, and I'll see if it goes a little bit, here you go. So, the official name for the coaster, if you don't know, is called Voltatic. Now, this coaster is obviously the main coaster. This is not 13, this is the actual main coaster. And obviously I was going to put Power Unleashed, but it didn't really look good. Yeah, just because I wanted to make the logo 3D, and yeah, that's what I've done. And obviously later on in the time lapse you'll see me fixing it and making it look a lot better, because at the moment it looks alright, but yeah, it will look a lot better soon. As you can see, look, you're just fixing it a little bit because I wanted to make the obviously the logo 3D, and yeah, just overall make it just like, yeah, spin, and yeah, obviously because it's a cog, like the little like logo thing is the cog thing, and I wanted to make it spin, and that's what we've done. We've made it spin to give that, like, just make it have a little detail to it. And yeah, that's what I've done. As you can see there, we have done all the, like, most of the theming for that little indoor section before you launch off. And yeah, overall, but yeah, in the, like, sort of, there's a little obviously after this time lapse we will do a full tour of the whole park, and it's going to be absolutely amazing, and I'm really excited to show you. And obviously, like I said, the game is really laggy, so if the game crashes, we're gonna have to just go from there, basically. And obviously we'll show the official POVs with the onboard audio. I know I keep saying we stopped, but then it just carries on again. But obviously I will show the both of the POVs for the coaster, obviously 13 and this main coaster as well. And obviously we're doing the little generator thing, which is the little indoor section before you go into that launch. Yeah, having some pipes and all other stuff like that. There is a lot of effects for this. I think, I've not really checked, but I think there is over, I think around 36 sequences on this ride. I think there is, or it might be like 26 sequences on this ride, which is absolutely insane. That's how many like effects we've got and all stuff like that, and obviously they're put into sequences, and obviously like the little sorry, not mean sequences, I meant triggers for the ride. There is over 26 or 36 or something like that triggers for this ride, and it's absolutely insane. But yeah, and as you can see, we're adding some like posters, which is, there's a big story about that. And obviously when I was building this, we was coming near to the end of actually finishing it, and I didn't realise as well. I knew you had to like download the audio for if you had someone's park, you had to download the audio, and I understand that you had to do that, but I didn't realise you had to download the images. So what have I done? I didn't realise that you obviously have to download the images, but with my stupid brain, I decided to smother the whole area with posters. So now it just looks really, and also you can see the flashing effect and the cracks there, sorry to interrupt. And I didn't realise, so every time you see a poster, it's just black, that's all it is. So it's generally just, I didn't really realise it. It's just, it is what it is. It's, yeah, and I can see why people, actually hand make the posters instead of like using images, because obviously it's not going to be there. And obviously that'd take a long time to make, so I just thought I'd do images, but I didn't realise you had to download them. I thought they'd just be in the game, but I know the audio had to be downloaded but not the images. But yeah, that's just that. But obviously now we're moving on to 13 now. Obviously Voltatic is not done, but we're moving on to 13 as well. But yeah, added some theming around the area. I wanted to theme it to Leschwall, like the monster in Edge of the Forest, that obviously the Scarefest or Taz Resort, but I think someone else did the same idea for their main coaster, so I thought maybe let's just like I didn't want to make it Leschwall because obviously someone used the same idea. I didn't want to use anyone's ideas because obviously that's not the right thing to do. You can't steal someone's ideas. So yeah, I just decided, what about if I make it the dark side of the Voltenheim area? I didn't say that right. Voltenheim. I can't say. I can't even say my own area's name. It's crazy. And yeah, so I thought maybe let's do the dark side of the Voltenheim area, because that would be that'd be really good, because like obviously just saw the train there, that was a good effect. But yeah, let's just do like the dark side of it. Like obviously like when you enter the park, it looks all like really nice and like all stuff like that, but then there's like a dark side to it, so that's what I did in the end. And there's like all different things, and obviously in the audio there's like different sounds for different effects, because obviously there's like a bus in the thing, which you'll see in the POV soon. You might be able to see it in the time lapse, but yeah, so that's that. And yeah, just like the onboard audio for 13 as well, which you'll see the audio played in POV as well. So yeah, overall that's my little bit of done. And yeah, let's just go back into another time lapse and see what else we're at, because I think we're doing a lot of work on obviously 13 here. I'm doing a lot of work for 13. So yeah, let's go into another time lapse then. So we are back with, I don't know how many time lapses we're doing, but yeah, overall we are doing the official entrance to the Voltenheim area. Now, as you can see here, we're doing the the little decorations. I was trying to obviously when building this, I was struggling to sort of think of what I'd actually build, and it was we keep stopping. Come on, there we go. Right, and as you can see, we're doing like the entrance. Obviously, like we had the brick walls as like the template for it, and obviously we'd build on top of that. And obviously you've got the Voltatic sign, the lightning bolt that goes through it. You might not see it because it's obviously custom made. Because it's not in the actual game, but yeah, that lightning bolt I've had to custom make with little pieces of like little squares and like triangles and stuff like that, to make that lightning strike thing. And yeah, adding those little details in across the area, like the little boxes and all stuff like that. As you can see, yeah, the little sandbags, little trolley things and all stuff like that. But then we make our way back to the entrance plaza because yeah, it's gonna look really good when it's all done. And obviously, if you've seen pictures of it, you might seen it. If you downloaded my park and obviously the front cover of my park, you'll see the entrance to it because it's really given me like it kind of gives me like the Tomorrowland kind of like vibes, like obviously not like Right Happiness style. It's like the stage, like the entrance to it looks like one of the stages for like a Tomorrowland concert for some reason. But yeah, and obviously back to like the sign bit, the Voltatic like lightning bolt. If you look at it from a distance, it like disappears, but when you go to it closer, you'll see the lightning bolt. It's just because of the amount of pieces it has. It just like, yeah, but overall that's really good. But yeah, having a look at just have a look at the view of it because of that, and we're going back to that and yeah, copying that piece over because I really like the piece of it, and also we're adding like an orb thing to it to make it look like a generator because I thought that'd look really cool, and obviously I wanted to make it spin, but in the end I decided not to and just like leave it because it just looked quite weird, so I just left it like that. And yeah, obviously going back to a little bit because obviously I've been copying and pasting some of the pieces. So as you can see here, I've copied some of the pipe works for inside the little section of the ride before you go into that launch area. And yeah, that looks really nice. Yeah, there's not really a lot to say, but obviously yeah, we just keep on building this area. It's turning out really nicely. And obviously just taking some bits from around the area because obviously that's the sort of things you'll see in the actual land. So yeah, they've just done that because we can copy and paste some pieces. Obviously like the little housey things that are at the top of the entrance is what you'll see in the actual park, and obviously the pipe links and the generator thing links to the indoor section, the first indoor section of the Voltatic ride. And obviously yeah, take some photos of it now, and yeah, it looks really nice. And obviously you've got the tunnel bit, which I forgot to mention. There's a tunnel that goes into it because I wanted to get that obviously the fly sort of vibe, because obviously you go into a tunnel and then you just look at it and it looks absolutely incredible. And obviously little time lapse bit, yeah, it just looks absolutely incredible when you all see it, and I add some light into it. If you didn't know, there's actually, as you can see I'm sequencing it now in the video, when the cart comes round, like obviously the train comes round near 13 station, there's a light that points towards the generator, and that basically starts flashing when it comes past, and there's obviously like there's a little door on the right hand side when you look at it, and that flashes white, so it looks like there's like a electrical problem or something, because I'm trying to like hint towards, like it looks happy, like it looks really happy, like obviously like looks really nice, like the area, but there's like little hints around the area that show that it's not safe and it's not like as you think it would be. So obviously the power, there's like a door, it says power unstable, basically means like like it's like going all wrong. That's what I try to indicate towards like vector 13, because that's like the dark side and the like, sort of wrong side towards the area. And yeah, overall. And also you can see I was trying to do like a little thing. I feel like Digital Dan did like the little motorbike coaster model on his entrance to his Wallace and Gromit themed area, so I took inspiration from that. But overall I tried to do it and it just wouldn't like stay there. It just like obviously fall off, or it would just like roll back, so that didn't really work. And obviously I did have enough time to make a full train, so yeah, that was that then. Yeah, obviously we've just had that, so yeah. And obviously that main middle area, I didn't know what to do with it, so I thought, what should we put in the middle, because it was a big empty space, and I was like, what should I do in the middle of this area? So I thought, what about if I put like a huge like crane or something in it? But that didn't work in the end. You'll see that in a minute. And obviously this is like the electrical room. I just keep stuttering. There's like an electrical room that you enter in, and there's like flashing lights, and obviously you can see that I'm building now. I didn't really know what to do for this room, because I thought it looks really out of place, and I thought I don't know if this would actually work. And in the end I thought, yeah, it does work. You just need to like make it look like it's work, because the thing it is to say with building coasters is when you first build something and it doesn't look right, that sounds like an underground train station. When you first build something and it doesn't look right, I'm eating, so if it doesn't look right, just trust the process of it, because once you add detail it looks so much better. Look, even this bit on the screen now, it's just an empty room. If you add detail to it, it looks so much better. You just got to trust the process. That's the thing I say, just trust the process. If it doesn't look right at the start, add to it. If it doesn't, and obviously once you've added to it and it still doesn't look right, that's completely fine. It doesn't look right, you can either remove it or add even more detail to make it look even better. So that's like my opinion on that. You just gotta trust something, because things when you first build them don't look right, but when you get like detail into them, look a lot better. And obviously the amount of detail put into this Voltatic ride is honestly crazy. I've added like a re-entry sort of lighting sequence. It basically comes in and like there's like red flashing lights basically, and when the restraints pop up, there's like a white light, like it's inspired by Hyperion obviously. White light shines up when the restraints are up, like Hyperion, and then it goes back to like orange. So obviously that's practically like Hyperion. But yeah, so yeah, it's just overall, it's just like the amount of detail I put into this is honestly absolutely crazy. You might be hearing me eating because I'm actually eating something, but yeah, overall just trust the process. But yeah, let's go into another time lapse, because you just, yeah, like I said, you need to trust the process, because overall it will come out brilliant at the end. Because look at this. This looks absolutely brilliant, this area. I don't know if you heard my chair there, that was a bit loud. If it doesn't look right at the start, just wait. If you start adding detail and like, it's just like I said, just trust the process. Because at the start of this, I was doing some concepts, like trying to figure out what should I do, and if something doesn't look right, change it. It's honestly, just change it, because if you're not happy with something, improve it. Like even like the audio for Voltatic, I wasn't happy with it, but I still like just kept adding to it and adding like little details to it and all stuff like that, and it turned out really well. Sorry, I'm still eating. I'm being such a fatty today. Yeah, obviously doing the Queueline bit. I remember doing this because it was quite recently. and I put some track, as you might have seen. I put some track inside of the thing, and look, even this, adding a motor to some gears, does it need it? No, but have I done it? Yes, I've still done it. It's crazy. And obviously there's the posters to it, and just doing those little edges bits, and obviously the ground I was really getting annoyed with because it just kept coming out, but overall I did get to do it. And obviously there's a viewing platform during the ride. There's basically that little track section, then you go into a viewing platform when you see the coaster like basically come out of its entrance, which you can see right here. You can see the sort of glass bit, and but it looks like we're logging out of playing. Oh, there we go, we're back into the game now. I must have taken a break there. But yeah, just adding those little bits of detail, so it looks like a workshop, like he's testing different pieces of track to make way for the ride. And obviously, and if you don't know, I've not mentioned to this anyone. The only people I've mentioned this to is some friends from that are into theme parks. I've only mentioned it to, I think, one theme park friend. I've not mentioned it to someone else. I mentioned it to obviously a subscriber, so if you know who you are, I think you have a Wicker Man logo. I forgot your name, but yeah, I've only mentioned it to her recently. And so that's the only people I've mentioned this. But this thing that I haven't mentioned is I'm adding a pre-show to this ride. Now, I wanted to do a pre-show at the start, but I thought, it's just going to take a lot of time because I'm just going to, obviously, it's just going to, I'm going to have to make it all by myself and all stuff like that. But I thought, what about if I try and spy it by like Darren Brown's Ghost Train and make it it looks like a Pepper's Ghost Illusion, but it's not. But yeah, that's what I did. So I had a green screen. I was filming myself because I got a green screen for Christmas. I was just filming myself talking about different things, and obviously the ride, and I actually was holding a wheel, which you'll see the official pre-show soon. But basically I got a wheel from the table, and as you can see, I'm doing like the pre-show bit now, going into that area, doing the pathway. And I basically, there's a wheel on the table. If you haven't seen, I'll show you soon. But yeah, it's basically a wheel on the table, and I basically pick it up. And the actual wheel that I pick up, I've actually got it. It's actually a Tomb Blaster wheel from Chessington, and I thought it looks the most similar to an actual sort of like the Voltatic ride wheel. So I thought I'll choose that one, and then that was that. So I did that. And basically I pick it up, and it basically drops down really quickly, so it looks like I picked it up, and then I'll show it, and then I basically put it back down, and it quickly rises up, and then it basically turns, like the whole wheel turns, because obviously I made it in real life into this thing. As you can see, the pre-show arch thing, and I've it basically just spins, and obviously it links with all audio as well. And basically it charges up, the wheel starts spinning, charges up, and then just basically it charges up, and there's sparks and smoke that comes out of it, as you can see. And also I put a massive mention, I put a lot of things about Digital Dan around my park, and obviously I've put a picture of Digital Dan on there because I need to work out the correct size for my pre-show, so I can see what I need to do and what sort of the size for it to be. Like I said, I've put a lot of posters of Digital Dan like this one all around the park, and obviously I didn't realise that you had to download the images, so that wasn't the best. But overall that was good. And obviously a really annoying thing is most of the time of building this, I've been keeping it at night time, because in daytime, we're going into my emails now, that was strange. With sort of the daytime really ruins it, because in the queue line sections of the ride, it's obviously because it's daylight and I can't make it dark. It's really annoying. I can't make it dark. It's underground, it's under some paths, and I double layered all the walls and the roof, and it's still not dark, and it's really annoying. So that's one thing. That's why I've not put the kettle. We've just gone. Well, it looks like I've gone to a black screen, which is, I think it's because I was still recording. I forgot to not record, stop the recording before I closed my laptop for the night. So obviously it's just gone black. So yeah, we're gonna see if I can cut it. So it should be able to cut it. But yeah, it's just going back into a time lapse because yeah. And then we'll talk about the final details before we show you the full showcase of this park. very warm welcome to Voltenheim. This is the official walkthrough for this area. Now, I will say before I start this is very laggy. As you can see off in the distance with 13 over here, it is very laggy. It's literally going so slow. So, I will say, if I can actually work it out, the video might be sped up so it makes it look more smoother. So if that's the case, then if this video looks a lot more smoother, that's just that then. So, but yeah, let's go and head into the park then. So here we are. We've got the lovely little message just saying to Digital Dan to turn on these settings into the thing. So yeah, welcome to Voltaire. So we've got the little track piece over there, and that looks absolutely awesome. Yeah, and I'll see, like I might have mentioned earlier, we've got to see the pieces. It says power unstable, and that basically flashes to simulate, just to basically say that this place is not safe. And yeah, as you can see, inventions ignite the future, but not everything survives in this land. And that obviously hints towards 13 as well, because the main ride, which is Voltatic, obviously that's the main ride, that goes completely fine, and obviously it does break down, so it does link to that as well. But yeah, overall, yeah, so inventions ignite the future, but not everything survives in this land. It's obviously 13, you're supposed to, yeah, it just basically doesn't survive. And I'll see Voltatic, that just like it breaks down and you're going all over the place. But yeah, overall it's just really, oh, we're facing the ground now. But yeah, let's just head into the park now. So obviously we've got some crates, we've got some posters, obviously the little Digital Dan poster there, and obviously you can see in the distance. And welcome to Voltenheim. Wow, this is absolutely a crazy view. We've even got, forgot to mention, a plane in this game. Now, how crazy is that? Now, if you want to know what how it's actually done, is I've used a coaster that goes underground, and yeah, there's a coaster that goes underground, and there's a plane that's attached to it, and that basically just flies in the air, basically. But yeah, here we've got to the KO, which KO doesn't stand for anything, but I just decided to put it because it's a themed, inspired by obviously the Fly, and obviously we've got the smash brick wall for the sky ride there. We're going right into that showcasing this area because it's generally amazing. Obviously we've got the posters of Digital Dan there, and obviously we've got an airship poster, which is the airship poster, the airship, sorry, I forgot to mention, the airship is over here, and we was planning to make that actually come out of its place, but obviously the moving pieces don't allow like the group thing, so yeah, we can do that sadly. But yeah, I've got some more posters around here, and the fencing that I've fully custom made, and obviously all the walls and all different bits, obviously the detail, and we've even got the drains that are inspired by Fly in the Rookburger area. And yeah, here is another view of the ride, and obviously these supports right here, as you can see here, these are custom made ones. Most of the here comes the coaster, it goes around, absolutely amazing. And there's a view over there that is even more amazing, and obviously it duels with the other coaster as well, which is absolutely crazy. But yeah, so yeah, that is that. Obviously plane goes again. Obviously we've got the sort of factory over there for 13's station, and yeah, I'll see. I didn't want to add, I was going to add netting to this coaster, to this part of the track here, but it just looked really like it just didn't really look nice, so I just thought. But obviously back to supports, half of the supports of Voltatic are just like the in-game ones, because and yeah, but mostly the supports for like things like the ground piece areas, obviously the supports don't allow, the supports don't go onto paths, so I've had to custom make them myself. But yeah, let's start off with Voltatic. Now Voltatic is a very heart-pounding experience. Obviously we've got the sign right here, that's with the moving like gear things. Now, so you got the waiting time. The waiting time is 45 minutes. I don't think it is 45 minutes. And let's check if I'm tall enough. I think I might be tall enough. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm tall enough. Yeah, that's fine. Right, now we can go back into the ride, because if I wasn't tall enough, I don't think I'd be riding. But yeah, here is like the outdoor sort of queue line. This bit's a bit boring. It's not really much to it. We've got some like this like train design that I made. I basically took the picture. I took a picture of the train design and sort of traced it all out and gave it, yeah. So that looks absolutely crazy. I spent a lot of time on that, to be honest. I forgot to like sort of time lapse it, so that was not the best. But yeah, obviously we've got some bits around this queue line. That box right there in front of me does actually flash as the coaster comes around, but obviously we're not going to wait that time. So that's a nice little effect. There's just some general like machinery around this area. This is the boring part of the queue line. So yeah, we don't need to worry about this bit. And obviously a nice view of the 13 station, which is obviously like a factory type of thing. So yeah, moving on into, and obviously there's a little cart over there. So yeah, and having a look at one last look at the area before we enter into the queue line. There it goes, Voltatic as it goes around. Absolutely insane. But yeah, we're going to enter into the sort of underground queue line, which I'm really impressed with. More posters, and obviously it is a little better view of the plans that I've made for one. There's actually another one for the 13 carts as well, which we'll show in the station of the ride, and there's one throughout the ride. But yeah, here we go into the test facility, and this is where like some tracks getting tested, and obviously you can see the test facility sign over there. And yeah, overall this is a very nice room. I absolutely love it. Obviously there's audio for it, but obviously you probably won't be able to hear it. But yeah, just general, just looks really nice. That's not supposed to happen, but we just go with it. We just ignore that bit. I think it's when I've saved the game into onto Frontier Workshop, it's sort of like not wanting it. Some bits have changed for some reason. A lot of this, like the supports for like the Skyrider stuff like that have changed and stuff like that. But yeah, overall it's just, at the end of the day, so that's just it. But obviously this is a nice little view of the track in the middle, and obviously more posts to the side, and obviously having a look at some of the support pieces, and yeah. And then we go up into our viewing platform. Now this is our viewing platform for the launch. We're not going to worry about that, but as you can see, there's like a little view out towards that where it launches up into that like sort of non-inverting thing. And yeah, here is like the sort of main workshop. Obviously over there is like the testing facility, and this is like another workshop basically, and obviously there's a workshop in the ride, so there's many workshops. And yeah, so obviously we've got the track piece that you might have seen. We didn't get the train thing to hang upside down in the end, so that was a shame. And also we've got boxes all down here and just general little bits like that. But yeah, and then we head into the pre-show, and obviously that's another poster there. I'm just really happy about that thing because it looks really nice. But yeah, and also got the baggage holder over there that we'll head over in a minute, and there's like another little room over there that we'll go through in a minute and have a little view towards that. That's going to be over there. But yeah, let's go into the 6-minute pre-show. I hope you enjoy it, but we're just going to open the thing up, and now we're just going to see. So as you play it, the door will open up, so you can go into the room, and obviously you're presented with a very lovely supported room waiting for the pre-show. So sit back and enjoy as you enjoy the pre-show. Oh, hello. Well, okay. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Welcome to my workshop where all the magic happens. Today is not an expedition. This is not a preview. But today marks the beginning of something entirely new. Generations, our city has moved only as fast as its limits are allowed. Distance dictated time, friction dictated progress, and even things have started to happen. Here, right here, is the Gearstream 6000. It's a result of decades of theory, design and ambition. A system created to guide momentum rather than resist it. What you see here before, you have never operated with live participants. But I do realise that until now, you will be the first people to ever test it. But yeah, that is the pre-show. Sadly, I couldn't. It's generally so sad. I can't show the pre-show because you might have seen a bit of it, but because of it being so laggy, this is how laggy it is. All the effects are out of time, and the screen is just like taking, because the screen is synced with all the effects. It's all out of time, so that's why the pre-show doors just come straight flying into it, and the door on your left hand side is not in sync. So yeah, we're just gonna have to move on from it, but you might have seen a little bit of it. But yeah, I'm included in the pre-show, so yeah, it's really sad to say. But yeah, obviously the door would open, but obviously we can't go into it. So yeah, here we go into the boiler room. Now this is obviously inspired by Tower of Terror and Disneyland Paris, or the other parks with the boiler room in Tower of Terror, because I wanted to obviously add a door to the pre-show. So I thought, what can I enter to? And I thought, let's just enter into a boiler room because I love Tower of Terror's theming. But yeah, let's just we're just gonna head all through here, and then we go back out into this pre-show section, this like the workshop section, and obviously we've got the baggage hold where you can put all your luggage, and obviously some people's bags. Yeah. Obviously the other side where people are supposed to collect their bags, that is sadly I couldn't do that because I run out of time, because that's how much detail we put into this. I run out of time because there was just loads to do, so I sadly couldn't do it. So if this was built in real life, you will not get your bags back. You will have to, yeah, you're just gonna have to find a way to get your bags back because you won't be able to do it. But yeah, here we are into the Voltatic sort of like station thing, and obviously like I said earlier about the roof, I reused the roof from the old concept. But yeah, it looks really nice. I love I was trying to get like a train station theme, and it worked out really well. And obviously as it comes into the station here it comes, and obviously all of this up here is going to be screens. Obviously that's why it's all black, but it's going to be all screens and show like a picture of the outside world. But due to the screens being like not working and just doesn't want to work basically, we couldn't do it, and it was just a lot of time to do, so we just decided just to keep it black. And obviously because it's laggy, the lag is really destroying the look of this. But if you're interested of sort of visiting this park, you can find the code in the description, and we'll find it at the end of the video as well. Yeah, it's that laggy that even the lights are not working for when the coaster comes to the station. It is heartbreaking to see all this work. But yeah, here is the moment that you want to see. here is the official POV when it's actually not laggy, because I filmed this before it started lagging. But yeah, here is the official POV of Voltatic with the onboard audio. So sit back and enjoy this fantabulous experience.
Please disembark Voltatic and remember to collect all your belongings in the bag storage rooms, and please exit to the far right of the centrifuge platform.
So, as you can see, that was the official POV for Voltatic that I've been working on for over 30 days. And obviously that includes all the making all the audio and all stuff like that. But yeah, here we're just gonna, obviously I didn't have time to do the roof. This is how much it's just, yeah, it's basically it's unfinished. But luckily, the last day of building this, I had to do all this exit, because all the exit here that we're walking through is not weren't really there, to be honest. There wasn't, you could see all the pre-show and all stuff like that, and it didn't look the best. So yeah, well, this was the last thing I did on my project, and obviously I couldn't do all the roof because of all this, yeah, just didn't have enough time. So yeah, here we're just exiting out of it, and then you'll see your photos, which we'll see in a minute. Yeah, just making our way out the thing. I could have added some more detail to this exit corridor, but obviously I just didn't have enough time, like I said. So yeah, yeah, making our way up the stairs here now. Yeah, so obviously it's a bit tight, so because obviously I couldn't really build it because of the ground above. But yeah, and then we're gonna make our way to the gift shop, which is right here. And obviously, if you haven't seen in here is the gift shop, and obviously we've got a massive train that's crashing through the front of the building. So when you enter into it, it's just a massive train that's standing on here. We've got some nice people here at the front, and yeah, and also you can view your ride photos here, which is test dummies and not us, so that's a shame. But yeah, all the ride photos, and obviously there's nothing for sale. It is, yeah, we're all sold out with things, but yeah, obviously you can have a look at all around the area and making our way back into the area. And obviously the logo thing, which is quite bright. I forgot to sort of darken it down, but I didn't have enough time, like I've said many times. But yeah, and I'll see we're back into the era. Obviously this, if you've seen this, is just like another generator thing. This is the thing that powers the thing, and when the coaster comes around through this like crashed wall thing, it goes really fast to like see if it's like speeding up basically. Yeah, so yeah, obviously we've got some more bits around the area. So we've got some like wooden, like they're supposed to be pallets, but yeah, they didn't really turn out like pallets. But yeah, obviously we've got Voltatic on the right hand side, and we're going to enter into Vector 13, which is originally 13 at Alton Towers Resort. So obviously it's got some red that shows like some people have died basically. But yeah, we're going to enter into the queue line. Also we've got some views of the Voltatic, on all the walls and stuff like that. So yeah, we're making our way through the queue line because really excited for this ride, because my original plan was not to theme this ride and just like keep it as the same, but I thought because we're retheming the whole area, I might as well retheme this ride as well and make it have a dark story towards it. And obviously the little like cart has been replaced by a train here, so that's exciting. And there is some audio that goes with this as well, but obviously you can't hear it because we're talking at the moment. So yeah, we're making our way through the queue line. It's quite a boring queue line, like there's not really much to it. There's just like crashed pieces here and there. There's like gravestones with some people's names that are really like supported throughout this thing, and just some like people that have like just support me now and then, and just my friends in general. So we'll have a look at those in a minute. Obviously here's a closer look at the train right here, and that does play like a train whistle every now and then. And yeah, just making our way through the queue line. It's quite a long queue lines, and obviously we've got some few mentions. So we've got Harry, which is a very good friend to me, created masterpieces but never be forgetting. And we've got Radical. He is a very he's a very nice person. He has got me he basically got me into photography, and he's helped me with choosing my cameras for you lot. So yeah, and obviously if we have a look over here, we have got Marcus Dilo, which is Digital Dan's friend, so we just had to put that one in. And then obviously we've got rest in peace Bianca Sammets, which she didn't actually die, and just a little funny thing to say, she sadly died for a black and white photo, because when she was leaving the resort, the photo was a black and white photo and everyone thought she died, and that was really funny. So I thought I'd put that little thing in there because I thought that would be funny to put in there. But she's not actually died, guys, don't worry. It's just theme park enthusiasts being theme park enthusiasts. But obviously we're skipping through the queue line. We're being queue jumpers. It's fine. I'll probably report people from that. But yeah, yeah. Also just some like bits in the queue line, like the carriages, and then there's a very small gravestone to Digital Dan. And if you might have seen it in a post, but it's literally over there. Yeah, as you can see, it says here lies Digital Dan 2004, which was the year he was born in, and 2005, and it says he sadly didn't get to ride Rita before it opened, and because his favourite ride is Rita. Well, it's not really, but yeah, I just thought I'd put that little like funny message towards it, because he was born in 2004 and then Rita opened the day before, so he basically was 1 year old and then he died, but he couldn't ride Rita, but even though he doesn't want to ride it. But yeah, overall, and obviously there's a little sneak peek to the ride over there. And just making our way through the queue line. Yeah. And then obviously, like I said in the time lapse, this cool little... oh, okay. Well, those stairs are not real. But yeah, obviously this cool little effect with the ladder is the supposed to be bad luck. But yeah, we're going to have to do a bit of just teleporting, I suppose. Finally, oh god, we're finally in the station now. Obviously we can't go onto this. I think we can actually go into this platform. Let me just just come around here and place our camera. This is actually embarrassing. I don't know how long this took me just to get into a station of a ride. Yeah, here it is. Right, so we've got the obviously the piece, the art piece I've created. You must have seen it in a post. This is like the little thing that I've drawn. Yeah, really impressed with that, and obviously some few posters of Digital Dan over here. And obviously making our way into the front, and obviously I was going to remove this, but I thought it's too iconic, and to be honest, I can't even remove it. It's too hard to remove. But yeah, making our way to the front row queue now. On board Vector 13. This is not 13 Alton Towers, it's Vector 13 with some hidden surprises and some theming along the ride. So sit back and enjoy as we go and ride this for the first time. Enjoy! So, you have just joined me there on a ride on Vector 13, which is absolutely incredible, especially with the onboard audio as well, given that really realism of this coaster. So, we are back into the game now. Obviously, this is all blocked off, so we're just gonna do a bit of queue jumping, guys. Don't worry, I don't queue jump in real life. Don't worry, Alton Towers, I'm not a queue jumper. Don't worry. So, we're gonna jump. Can we jump? I think we can jump. I'm not sure. Can we jump? Okay. Right. No, this is actually getting embarrassing now. Let's come out of here, and then we'll just teleport basically back to here. There we go. There we go. Now, obviously, you come out here, and obviously, when Digital Dan did this 13 recreation, the ride photos was closed, so I thought let's actually make it an actual ride photo so you can see your ride photos there, which is incredible. And obviously you're making your way out into the exit of the ride, obviously getting some great views of the Voltatic area, and seeing some of the theming pieces, and obviously the people in the queue lines. Excuse me, thank you. I think I just knocked that person over. But yeah, we're going through, yeah, just the area and just bringing in that atmosphere, as Theme Park Worldwide says. Shout out to him. But yeah, obviously we're just going through this area, and obviously there's a massive truck. There's a truck here. Oh, we've gone the wrong way. Okay, right. We're just okay. Right, let's have a look. Right. I think we were just going to go out the entrance right here, and obviously there's a little bit over there that we showed in the POV for Voltatic. And obviously some, like I said, more theming over here. And this thing that says this entrance archway can be removed, the text I couldn't remove, so we just had to leave that there. And obviously, like I said, there's a truck here with the Voltatic sign on the side of it, and that looks really nice. But yeah, so yeah, that is the area of Voltatic. It is really good. I really do like this area of the park. Obviously there's the plane that goes around. We're going to exit out of the area now, getting some just looking around the area. Obviously there's a car over here that I forgot to mention, but yeah, overall this park has really impressed me. Probably one of the best parks I've done at the moment, and probably one of the best coasters I've done at the moment, because I've spent a lot of time on it. And hopefully, if this video is out on hopefully the 22nd today, hopefully I think late tonight, the 22nd, that will be really good, because tomorrow, if you're watching this on the 22nd, probably very late at night, yeah, let's hope whoever wins will, yeah, just be happy. I'm not saying that the win. It's been an absolute dream, but obviously we've had some difficult pins on the way. But yeah, obviously thank you for believing in our progress and inventions, because yeah, things have gone wrong around this area. But yeah, exiting out of the area through the entrance, and making our way back out to the Voltatic area. Wow, this has been an absolute journey to creating this area for this land, basically. It's all your support has been absolutely appreciated. Obviously at the start of when Digital Dan announced it, I didn't say anything because I didn't want to say anything. I went to keep it a secret until I released the first teaser towards it. And yeah, obviously thank you so much for all the support recently, and obviously with the situations that are going on recently, and this is my first voice of 2026, so I hope you're probably really annoyed at my voice now. But yeah, overall, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next Planning Coaster 2 series, well, series, episode, whatever you'd like to call it. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I don't know how many hours this video is going to be, but overall you will love it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. My name is Voltatic Fanpage, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye everyone.